Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to the Metal Gear commentary. I am Dr. Drago Petrovich Madnar. My daughter Ellen is a hostage. Unless you help Ellen, I won't tell you anything about Metal Gear. Ellen is being held in the basement of Building 1. Please help her, and praise Jesus. It feels good to do the Dr. Madnar voice again. That was honestly... Again, I know it might sound very, self-serving, but I don't know, out of all the reviews I've done, the Dr. Madnar voice in Metal Gear 2, I don't know, I have a certain fondness for it. It's a fun voice to do, and I found it funny when I voiced him during the review. I don't know. To be completely honest though, it's very rare that I praise things that I've done in the past, because I hate myself and want to die. But yeah, this is also where... Well, again, there's a lot more talking cutscenes, actually. Kind of surprising how cutscene-like Metal Gear 1 actually is. Well, I say cutscene in quotation marks. You are talking to a lot of characters, so... Again, it is a little bit more story-heavy than, the average action stealth game of this era, but... At the same time, though, this is also where the plot really begins to start moving. And, yeah, we're going to be having some very hefty revelations towards the end of the pod, but in the meantime, this is all where we're introduced to our final member of... Snake's support group, and another member of the Outer Heaven Resistance, Jennifer, who we won't find out until we get our final ranking, as we save this hostage behind this door. Thank you for releasing me. You should be able to contact Jennifer from the Resistance on frequency 120.48. Jennifer will provide with direct support, but she's very proud. Unless you're of really high class, she won't respond. Oh, the shame of what have you, you ruffians who aren't of 4 stars class. Now, there is a bit of a caveat in where you access Jennifer specifically, because again, she is here in the base with you and is providing you with direct support, but where exactly you need to use her is kind of up to the player's volition, really, so... the 2 places in which you need Jennifer the most is here, and in another place that I'll point out a wee bit later. This is Jennifer. I'll prepare the rocket launcher for you. Come and get it, boys. Over. So yeah, open up this door and voila. Voila, whatever. It's here where we get the rocket launcher. If you access this room normally, yeah, there will pretty much be a desk with nothing on it, so you need to use Jennifer at that specific spot. And, yeah, I'll pretty much point out the other place in which we need to get her, unless of course we're getting the, hang on, yeah, I think we are getting the item that we need here, so, yeah, this door that you otherwise wouldn't be able to access, at least oh no, wait, okay, forget it, you know what, fuck it, I'll talk about it a little bit later. In the meantime, though, we're getting this antidote, rather curious, I wonder why we need this. Future-proofing, it's amazing, but, yeah, this antidote is pretty much an anti-venom for scorpion poison. Dare we say, venom poison, from a venomous snake. Yeah, you're crazy, there's none of that retconny logic in here. But anyway, we're pretty much going off to rescue Ellen Madnar. Now, I took the long way around by pretty much backtracking through Building 2 back around the desert, and pretty much going back the way I came, but there is another connecting element that leads it to Building 2 via an underground tunnel, and me, being the ever-intelligent rookie Foxhound operative, pretty much go backwards through it and go completely out without warning to an area that, well, fucks me over. How unfortunate, but yeah, basically it just means that I get Diane's warning a little bit too late, and as such, well, I'm sad now. Body armor. That pretty much only reduces damage by bullets, not damage by enemies either running into you or dogs attacking you, so yeah, keep that in mind. Useful for firefights, not so much against regular enemies which you'd be bound to run into anyway. Now, anyway, if you want to find out where Ellen Madnar is, if you want to go the safest way, I recommend you pretty much go back the way you came. Go through, back to Basement 1 of Building 1, go through the area where Shotmaker had you imprisoned, and since you have card 6, well, okay, first of all, you can stock up on ammo if you so choose. But yeah, go back around Grey Fox's cell, through that door over there, which requires card 6 or... yeah, card 6, I think. And go through there, go through another cell door immediately in front of you, and from there you will find Ellen Madnar. Which is helpfully hinted to you by the fact that she's also screaming for help. God, that poor girl. And yeah, it's also the one time where we actually see a woman in this game. I mean, again, technically we do hear about Diane and Jennifer, and, you know, they do have character portraits, but yeah, Ellen Madnar's the only one we actually physically see. By the way, she's also a ballet dancer. What a lovely Russian doll. But anyway, watch out. More bottomless pits, to prevent her escaping, no doubt. But anyway, here's Ellen Madnar, in the flesh.
Thank you for saving me. My name is Ellen Madnar. I'm Dr. Madnar's daughter. They're forcing my father to create Metal Gear. Please hurry and help my father.
Yes, well, don't worry, Ellen. I'm sure your father won't do anything drastic as soon as you're saved from here and endanger your survival. Well, anyway, there is technically a way in which you can sort of sequence break this part of the game. Again, if you get card 6 ahead of time and, you know, preemptively know where Ellen Madnar is located, you can pretty much rescue Ellen beforehand. You know, she'll tell you that her father's being forced to work on Metal Gear, and then, you know, Dr. Madnar, I don't know how he finds this out, I guess maybe Snake implicitly tells him, you know, much in the same way that Big Boss also tells Snake that he's his father, but, you know, that's bitterness, that's neither here nor there in this case. Yeah, again, if you save Ellen Madnar beforehand, you pretty much skip over all this malarkey of backtracking, and Madnar pretty much tells you everything that's going on. And by the way, this is the trap room that I was talking about earlier. Follow the pattern I'm doing here, because otherwise you're pretty much going to run into holes and you will die. And be careful, because even if you so much as nudge your fucking toe into this area, yeah, you're falling down the pit regardless of how close you are or far away, or even still on land that you are towards this little pit area.
Hi, this is Diane. Are you okay? Look out for traps. Bye.
I mean, I would make a snarky remark to Diane at this stage, but again, I realize that this is entirely my fault for going completely bass-backwards. But yeah, this room connects to the basement of Building 2, so yeah. I just wanted to kind of point that out for those of you who are wondering what's, you know, going on. And yeah, this is the area that connects to the previous area. This is pretty much how you get from Building 1 to 2 without, you know, needless lift rides and backtracking through the desert and, you know, a bunch of other malarkey. Anyway, that was me, much to my shame, of pretty much going bass-backwards through a sequence that otherwise should have been shown in a linear fashion, so I'm feeling dishonored. I must accept my death by the hands of a pit. Snake! Metal Gear is located 20 kilometers north of this building, and it's located 100 floors down under Building 3. The only way to destroy Metal Gear: attach plastic explosives to the legs of the unit where the armor is thin. Not fat, but thin. The sequence is... After that, I don't remember. You have to attach 16 sets. The card that gets you out of Building 2 is with Bloody Brad. He's vulnerable to attacks from a rocket launcher. Good luck! And so we have our means of defeating Metal Gear, which, again, like, for as much as people do tend to shit on the TX-55 Metal Gear, there are a few things to keep in mind. The first of which is that the TX-55 Metal Gear hasn't been activated yet. The second thing is that it's still technically a prototype, and thirdly, you need to attach sets of plastic explosives. Now, had the TX-55 been activated, this wouldn't be something that you'd be able to do if, you know, the Metal Gear itself, you know, was already, battle ready, you know. Again, it does have Vulcan cannons, it does technically I believe it has, like, a little laser beam added to it, and again, it does obviously have a payload of nuclear missiles, so, yeah, you're not exactly gonna get close to that thing and, you know, damage it with regular pistols or grenades or whatever. Again, it requires a rather direct assault, and it's kind of a shame we never got to see the TX-55 in battle, but, you know, I'll pretty much save that for when we get to the TX-55 itself. In the meantime, however, this is the fight against Bloody Brad. Yeah, you pretty much have to wait until they get into Snake's line of sight, fire the rocket launcher, and that's pretty much how you destroy them. And much like the real Terminator, it is a pain in the ass to kill, so, yeah, they cannot self-terminate. And I do have to wonder, actually, like, considering the whole cyborg thing with Raiden and, you know, Revengeance and whatever, I don't know, I'm kind of curious if, because, Metal Gear Solid 4 did specifically mention that Dr. Madnar was behind Raiden's cyborg enhancements in that game, so I don't know, I am curious if he's still technically kicking about, and I suppose even in that case, if he was responsible for a lot of the stuff that, you know, you would have seen in later games like the... Well, okay, maybe not the cyborg ninja technology, but at least possibly being an inspiration behind all that. But anyway, that's just food for thought, I suppose. In the meantime, however, you know, we know how to destroy Metal Gear, and now we gotta get to Building 3. But first, a hostage. Thank you for releasing me. You'll need a compass to cross the desert. Oh, what rough territory. Oh, my dainty, pretty fingers cannot possibly cross the desert in this condition. Oh, the horror. And this is pretty much the second thing that you need to contact not Diane. The second thing that you need to contact Jennifer for. You saw that room right beside where we got the antidote, that was pretty much separated from us by a wall. Yeah, there's no card key that can open that, so you're meant to intuit that, again, if I can't access this, then I need to call Jennifer and she'll open the door for me. Probably not something that most players would really pick up on the first time through, but yeah, I mean, I was kind of talking about it earlier where it does require players to use a bit of their brains more than what they otherwise would in Metal Gear Solid onwards, where you pretty much have like an immediate codec thing coming up going, Snake, do this specific action to do a thing. Because obviously we can't trust you to make decisions on your own. Follow our orders, like a good boy.
This is Jennifer. I'll open the door. Over.
So yeah, go inside there, we get the compass, and that, my dear friends, is pretty much all we need to do before we pretty much head back down to the first floor, exit out into the desert, and pretty much begin our second trek to Building 3 where Metal Gear is located. But in the meantime, this card is feeling a little sleepy. Oh well, thank god there's no fucking dog tag side quest like there was in Metal Gear Solid 2, which is a bit more of a pain in the ass because you constantly have to fiddle with guns and, are you going to shoot me? You don't have the guts, you little bitch. And that gets progressively harder depending on which difficulty you play. And believe it or not, you do need that in order to access stuff like the, you know, infinite ammo weapons, special wigs, sunglasses. Oh wait, that was a third playthrough thing. And the stealth camo. Oh well, I mean, at least you unlock something cool for your troubles, but that was a mechanic that I'm feeling a little bit negative about. But anyway, if you're thinking that we're pretty much gonna, you know, hop, skip and jump right to fighting the TX-55 Metal Gear itself, not quite yet. Again, there's still one more elite mercenary of Out of Heaven that we have to defeat. I mean, we've already taken out Shotmaker, Machine Gun Kid and Fire Trooper. But there is one that still remains. The namesake of my production company. Dirty Doc. And avoid getting hit by the scorpions because they will poison you and gradually drain your health, which is why you need to use the antidote. But don't worry, I'll heal you all with a refreshing anecdote, because that's an anecdote with words. An antidote with words, I should say. And yeah, if you don't have the compass, you're not going anywhere and you're pretty much going to be stuck in an infinite loop. Forever. And ever. And ever. Oh no! This is Big Boss. Get in the truck on the right. Over. Oh, well, pardon me, Big Boss, but you've never given us a reason to distrust you before, so sure! Let me just have a save at the game, using the MGS3 one, and let us follow your advice as we jump our way into the truck on the right. Oh, was he telling us he went to the truck on the left? Whatever. Oh no, the truck has started to move. Are we going to Metal Gear via the truck? No. This is a familiar area, but we're all the way back in Building 1. It seems Big Boss, his memory is getting forgetful in his old age. But don't worry, we'll take the truck right back. And by the way, no, you actively have to backtrack. There's no truck back to this area, in case you're wondering. This is Big Boss. Enter the door on your left. Over. Well, okay, I mean, maybe he just made a simple, honest mistake, so, alright, let's get the right security card as we're getting shot at by people of Out of Heaven. But don't worry, Big Boss won't lead us astray again. Big Boss, are you trying to tell us something? Yes, that's rather suspicious. You've led us astray twice. Fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, shame on Solid Snake for being gullible. Yes, I think there might be some mischief afoot. But anyway, yet more holes to deal with around here, so be very, very careful. Otherwise, Solid Snake will die. Yeah, but Building 3 is actually rather simplistic. I mean, there is technically another area that we can get to via the waterworks, but In the meantime, though, this pretty much is a lift that's taking you right down. By the way, there's no like stopping areas or secret hidden goodies hidden between the walls, compared to what you might think in a sort of like Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link kind of way, where you can sort of jump in and find, you know, hidden power-ups or whatever. No, it's pretty much a lift sequence that takes you straight down, and the only thing that you're going to be doing here in the immediate timeline is pretty much getting an oxygen tank, heading away back to Building 2, and heading through the waterworks, which is pretty much what's taking us to our final destination for this part.
This is Jennifer. There should be an oxygen cylinder on the other side of the wall. Over.
And by the way, security is tight around here, not necessarily because of the guards around the place, but because of those security cameras. Yeah, these security cameras also come outfitted with lasers. I suppose probably the last remaining bit of high-tech stuff left from the Phantom Pain days, because... yeah, I mean, if you're looking at Metal Gear Solid 5 with the bloody holographic maps, miniature Metal Gear Gs, I believe, and, you know, especially comparing Metal Gear Philanthropist to the TX-55, things took a rather rapid downgrade. I mean, if we were to take all these retcons into account, but, yeah, we don't exactly have high enough security card clearance, so back to Building 2. Up the elevator! And crossing back through the desert and, you know, primarily making our way back so we can finally see what's on the other side of the waterworks. And to once again reiterate, again, you can't just dip into the water and, you know, use your rations to try and cheat death. You do need that water tank because you can't use your rations underwater, and your health bar isn't big enough to sustain, you know, the entire trip there, so... yeah, pretty much gotta bring your A game here and make sure that you have the oxygen tank, because otherwise, well, you're not really doing anything, really. Yeah, see? Can't do anything. And I mean, I actually have, like, a little bit of health lost in order to prove that, so, yeah. You gotta make do with the oxygen tank. Oh yeah. But anyway, this leads us off to Building 3. Oh no, gotta run away, and yeah, if you do it without the oxygen tank, you take a lot of damage very, very quickly, so... the days before they had an oxygen gauge. Dark times. Oh no, looks like we gotta turn off the juice. And I'm pretty sure if Big Boss was here, he'd probably say, "This is Big Boss. Solid Snake, run onto the electrical floor. Don't worry, it's non-lethal, and you'll get a funny tickling sensation in your penis. I haven't felt that ever since me nuclear radiation softened me nuts up. Oh, I had a bad time explaining that to Eva. I couldn't get it up in the morning, and I couldn't get it up at night." Ah, ammunition and a call. "This is Resistance Leader Schneider. I know who the Outer Heaven boss is." "No way. The Outer Heaven boss is... oh no!" Yeah, you like that? That was my impersonation of static. Yeah, the line went dead and, Schneider is now no more. He found out who the mysterious leader of Outer Heaven is, and he paid the price for it with his life. Maybe we'll see Schneider again someday. Perhaps not. But in the meantime, though, again, we've still got a mission to accomplish, and kind of a shame that Schneider never really gets mentioned again, because, I mean, he does actually play a pretty big role in the MSX games, which, I don't know, it makes his sacrifice kind of tragic in my eyes. But anyway, let's get everything ready and make sure that we're prepared for this boss fight, because, yeah, g'day fuckwit, this is Dirty Duck. Go ahead and shoot if you dare.
This is Jennifer. Dirty Duck has card 8. My brother, he's among the hostages. Please don't kill them. If anything happens to my brother, I won't help you anymore.
And Jennifer does mean that, so try not to take out any of the hostages, because not only does your ranking go down, but again, you also lose, you know, vital information for right at the end of the game, so pretty much get right next to Dirty Duck and shoot him away right there. That is by far the safest way to deal with him without, you know, risking killing any of the hostages, and thus health and ammunition saved, as is Jennifer's brother. Thanks, dude! On that note, I am Solidus-Skully. Peace out, bro! Thank you for releasing me. I am Jennifer's brother. When you make your escape, climb onto the ladder on the left.